Hey there, YTPC. Patriot Piper coming back to you tonight for this is actually my third video of the night. But I was editing a video, the first video I uploaded tonight, and in the background I had some YouTube playing, and I was watching a video that Four Eyed Piper just uploaded, and he was asking for some help on something, and it's actually something that I've been in the middle of doing the last couple of days. So I figured while I had everything kind of out and I was doing it anyways, I figured I'd shoot just a real quick, try to keep this as quick as possible as I can, but just explain how I do it and hopefully help you out. And anybody else that just, wants a quick tip on how to do this. I need to grab a knife real quick so I can open this up. Oh, this will work. Aha! Got this guy. Yeah, multi-tool. Multi-tools are awesome. Okay, so open this tin. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to show you how I make this look like this. It's super simple, and this is how I do it, and it works really, really well for me. Put the tin off to the side. Okay, what you're gonna need is a tin lid, or if it's like this is how I do it with tins like this. If you have Cornell and Deal type tins, or Mississippi Pipe Club, Seattle Pipe Club, where it's just a paper label around the side of the tin. You just take it off and lay it flat. But what you're gonna need is a jar, obviously, an X-Acto knife, a lighter. Now the lighter part is pretty crucial to this, and I'll show you why. So what I do is I take my lid and I take the top of it just like this, okay? And I take my tobacco tin and I lay the jar lid over it to where I get as much of the main image as possible. Okay, so that'll be about like that right there. Then I take my X-Acto knife. Make sure if you're using any kind of, you can use a razor, probably like a utility knife. Just make sure you got a good sharp blade in there. If your blade's dull or doesn't have a good point on it, it'll like tear as you're trying to cut. So just make sure that your blade is good and sharp, good and fresh. Okay, and then it's just as simple as tracing that mason jar lid. Keep firm pressure when you turn it, but just tracing out that lid with your X-Acto knife or your razor knife, whatever you're using. Get a good score on that. Let's see how to do. Oh, missed a little bit there. Okay, just like that. Okay. So what I've done is, like I said, I've just placed this on here like that, and then scored it with the X-Acto knife. Now, with these types of tins, if you're going to use these, here's where the lighter comes in handy. So what the lighter is going to do is it's going to kind of melt and loosen the glue that's holding it down, the adhesive. And then when you put it on the lid, it's going to stick, but it's not going to be permanent. So if you change it later, it's not permanently attached. Same thing, you just heat it up again and it'll peel right off. So and it also makes it so you can peel this off of here without it tearing on you. So like I said, just take your lighter, and you don't gotta you don't gotta hold it on there long. I usually just, the way I'll do is I'll start towards the bottom, wherever the bottom of it is, and I'll just pass it back and forth, for about 20 or 30 seconds or so, until I can feel the bottom of the tin start getting hot, like the bottom end of it. If I can start feeling that getting warm, then I know that it's warmed up, probably getting close to warm enough. So just like I said, just get that good and warm, and then I take my X-Acto knife and I get it under there and start peeling that up. Yep. Did too good a job of sticking the whole thing. Okay, and that gives me that. And like I said, it's still got some of that adhesive on there. And once you put the lid on, it won't matter if it's totally sticky on there or not. Because once you put that ring on there, what that's gonna do is it's gonna at least get the far edges good and secured. So then I kind of give it a little bit of a little rub down around the edges, just like that. Okay, put it on the jar, and bam, just that easy, man. And it works. Like I said, this is the way I do it. It works great because I wanted to try to print them out, kind of like you were talking about, and it just got to the point where it was just I didn't want to mess with it. And unless you really want to save your tins with the art on them, if you got a collection going, you sacrifice one, and then this will be your jar for this blend. You know what I'm saying. Now, if you have the Cornell and Diehl GLPs type labels that are wrapped around the can and they're like this, you can still do the same thing. Only thing is it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be a strip instead of covering the whole thing. And because there's no adhesive on there, it's not gonna sit flat. It's gonna tear. I've tried it just putting it on there, and it tears. So for these, I use contact cement. You could use rubber cement. You could use hot glue. Whatever you want to it, because you're gonna want to get this to at least adhere a decent amount to this. But like I said, that'll save you from having to print stuff out and cut it all out. This way is just quick, easy, and super effective. All right, like I said, I wanted this to be super short and sweet and to the point. So, Fried Piper, hope that helps you out. Anybody else that's interested in how to do that, hope it helps you out as well. So, with that, guys, I'm gonna cut you out of here yet again for the third time. Get back to editing my other videos, and I'm not gonna say my usual closing. Just have a good night, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.